Back in early 2022, the Steezy Collective took on the Lakeland 200, an attritional off-road cycling route that takes in a large proportion of the Lake District's most challenging and beautiful terrain. After bikepacking their way around in 5 days, they discovered the elusive finishers list. A group of hardy riders who had got round the entire route in under 40 hours. The only problem? There was just one woman on that list. Challenge accepted.
There is a bull blocking my path. It looks like he might be getting ready to run at me. Uh-oh.
In summer 2022, 7 women hit the Lakeland 200 with the ambition of finishing in under 40 hours. They each carried a small camera and self-filmed their journeys on the trail. What you're about to see is the honest story of each woman's experience. This is the Lakeland 200 project. The Lakeland 200 is a route developed by Highland Trail mastermind Alan Goldsmith. It covers 200 kilometres of fells, valleys, hiker bike and corner shops, and when ridden as a team over 5 days can be a hard but enjoyable bikepacking trip. But the challenge here was not just completing the trail, but getting around in under 40 hours. Sally Ozanne was the lone woman on the finishers list, having completed the route in a blistering 22 hours and 50 minutes. So, a few months on, it was about time we got some company for her on that list.
Just getting some last minute advice via the blogs of other people that have ridden the Lakeland 200 before. And this particular gem comes from Ian Barrington. Well, the concept of such a route calls out like a siren to any hardened adventure-seeking rider. The reality is that many of the trails in the lakes present such challenging riding, even in isolation. To stitch them all together into a 200-kilometre loop creates an utterly preposterous route.
Okay, this is my first time riding in the lakes. First time using a GoPro. I'm just leaving Stave. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and I can see some pretty ominous clouds right ahead to see where the road takes us.
All 7 women were out on the trail, not racing but riding, telling their own stories of the Lakeland 200. It's messy, windy and often delirious, but it's beautiful, and everyone was getting to know Alan Goldsmith's infamous route.
It is 9:51. I've been riding for just over 4 hours and I've just sat down next to this gentleman here. Not entirely sure what he is. Could be a pine marten. I don't know how far I've come, but feeling wrecked actually. Which is a shame. There's ever such a long way to go, and the shit hasn't even hit the fan yet.
Unfortunately, Alice was right. It's as you get towards the second half of the Lakeland 200 that the proverbial really hits the fan. But don't worry, Alice, it wasn't going quite to plan for everyone else as well. Kat's route had loaded anti-clockwise on her computer, so she was doing the entire route the wrong way round.
And now I'm at a point where I am looking at what's ahead of me and I'm like, do you know what? Looks like you're going anti-clockwise. Clearly, I am not going the right way.
I had a mechanical about 10 miles in. My rear tyre just slipped right open on some slit, and I had to ride for about 30 miles with it slowly going down. I managed to change the tyre completely, and I'm so glad I did, otherwise I'd be so anxious right now going over all this stuff.
83 kilometres. I just got bogged.
Okay, we've had crash number 1. The disappointing thing is I wasn't even riding my bike. I was pushing it down a really rocky section and went over on my ankle.
Tasty.
How do you call the llama back?
dokie. All llamas, alpacas, whatever they are, safely returned to their respective fields.
This is definitely my favourite part of rides like this, is that everything else just kind of melts away. Like, I've had such a good week, but it's been busy and it's been, you know, had its stresses, and I was pretty tired. And then you start riding and it just kind of, it's like all just slips away. All you have to do is keep riding and moving and taking in the landscape. I almost find it easier in a way to do these kind of rides where you don't have a destination specifically. You're just planning on moving forward in whatever way or speed that you can. And I just find it so consuming in the best possible way.
As everyone moved closer and closer to the heart of the Lake District did what it does best. It started raining.
So after about 12 hours of it not raining, despite the rainy weather forecast, it started absolutely torrentially chucking it down. So thick you can't see, everything just soaked through within like seconds.
And it starts to rain. This is great. Literally just been like pushing the bike over big rocks, and I feel a little bit tired. All I can think about is a cup of tea.
I'm just going to film me crossing in case I fall in and get swept down the valley. I think it'll be good video if that happens.
To be honest, I don't mind a bit of rain. It's great. I'm from the northeast anyway, so. But maybe not with these winds at night.
Nighttime is almost always the hardest part of these rides, when the wind, the rain, the darkness and the terrain seem to bite hardest.
I don't think I've been this tired before. Very sleepy.
Sometimes this is where you can find most peace on the bike.
Quite grateful that it's a beautiful night. A beautiful night to be out riding bikes in the dark.
But sometimes it's also where the mental game of endurance riding can really take its toll.
It's just coming up to midnight, and I am on the quickest way possible towards the beginning where my car's parked, having decided to scratch.
I've just discovered that my bivy bag isn't waterproof. This is not good.
Wow, what a night. It got pretty epic. It got very dark as I got up to the top of Black Sail Pass, and the conditions were just really not good. So it was just starting to feel pretty sketchy being up there on my own.
I don't know, sometimes you need to make the sensible decision when that is an option, and it is an option, so yeah.
Scratching's such a difficult thing because at the time it just makes the most sense, and then there's my ego who, you know, if you fail once that means that you're defined by failure, so I'm going to spin it out and hope to take it easy on myself.
So, good news is we made it through the night. Bad news is it's still raining.
At 24 hours in, tiredness was starting to fight its way through. 24 hours of riding your bike without rest is a lot to ask of the human body.
Feeling pretty knackered, but otherwise alright. I passed Jade quite a while ago.
I nearly fell asleep while riding my bike downhill, so I just had a quick nap in this bus stop for about half an hour.
Past Naomi not that long ago, Pooley Bridge. I caught up with her, but she was all over the place on the road, and she said she's feeling really fucking tired.
I was just like falling asleep on the bike So I did the whole take a caffeine tablet and sleep on the road for I think half an hour. I've woken up feeling much better.
So yeah, this next section apparently is more hike bike.
Alex, Jenni and Alice had made the difficult decision to scratch during the night. That left Naomi, Lorah, Kat and Jade battling their way through the final third of the route. And at this point, tiredness was well and truly working its magic.
Right. Yeah, just having a little break. Yeah. It's so beautiful.
Also, this is pretty fucking balls out.
Yeah.
The sun's come out. I'm having a little snack of Coca-Cola and a duck spring roll that's been in my bag for 24 hours. Clearly splattered with mud. My shoes are, I don't know what they are. They're a mix of bog and sheep dung. They're so rank. Don't get near them.
I'm procrastinating. This is the hike-a-bike. It's pretty brutal, and that's where I'm going. So, yeah, I'm procrastinating.
But with the Lake District doing what the Lake District does best, giving you sunshine just when you need it the most, the riders were almost at the end. Over 30 hours later, and we had 4 women closing in on that elusive finishers list.
I'm on the last big hike bike. I'm on High Street and this is the view. And it is amazing. Totally worth all the walking.
To get a finish, I think, especially given how few women have got a time in under 40, makes me feel really proud, both of me, but also of the whole group of women who attempted.
The real job is just to keep going. And I kind of had that with me through the whole event, was like, just keep going. Just don't stop, just keep going.
Totally gruesome, but totally doable. And I will be back.
I think it's the hardest ride that I've ever done. And that's why I liked it so much.